How to get a contributed article into a top trade magazine for your industry. That's coming up next on JT in 3. Hi, it's Josh Turner at JT Public Relations, and today I want to talk about how to get a contributed article into a top trade magazine. So the first step, as you might expect, is to have a really great idea for an article. Now, the mistake that a lot of companies make when they're thinking about a contributed article idea is that they talk about what makes their products so great, or their company is so great, or the features of their products. And the thing is that trade magazines aren't really interested in that. What a trade magazine wants is insight. So it could be insight into your products, into the technology behind your products, or some insight into your industry. But it needs to be something that's just a little bit more than just why your company is so great. You should be providing some insight that would be appreciated by people who are not necessarily inside your company. So an article along those lines would go a long way to being accepted, and that's the kind of thing you want to think about when you're considering an article idea. Now, once you have an article idea that you think is strong, the next step is to approach an editor, or the editor of the magazine that you want the article to appear in. And it's really pretty straightforward. You call up the publication, ask to speak to the editor. Once you get that person's on the phone, have a conversation with them, present them the article idea, and the response that you'll get from them is either no or yes. And then what they also might say is that that's an interesting idea, but could you do it a little bit differently, do it with a slightly shift of focus? Or they might say, you know what, we're not looking for that, but you know what, we'd love you to write another kind of article about this topic. So that often can happen as well. So once you have agreement on the topic, then the next step is to write an outline, a short one. It doesn't have to be long, 3 paragraphs, basically outlining what the article is about, what are the topics that you're going to cover. Submit that to the editor, and that way there'll be some agreement as to what you're going to write and what the editor is expecting. Because you don't want to get in a situation where you've written an article, you submit, and then the editor says, hey, that's not what we talked about. By having it by submitting an outline that the editor agrees to, you'll know with a great deal of confidence that what you're writing will actually get accepted and it meets the expectation of the editor. And then the last thing to do is submit the draft, submit images. I should also mention that you want to know how many words the editor is expecting as well. Also be clear about the date when you're going to submit the draft, because that will make a big difference to editors as well. They want to know when it's coming, and if you are going to be late for whatever reason, get in touch with them as soon as possible to let them know, hey, we're going to need another day or 2 to complete it. Editors will love you if you do that. So that's all the time that I have for today. There's lots more at jtpublicrelations.com. Until the next time, I'm Josh Turner. Thank you very much for watching.